Hi, everybody. Just waiting 1-2 minutes for the last participants, and then we get started with the webinar.
All righty.
Good. Let's get started.
Let's get started. All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's session. My name is Ali, and I'm the technical writer here at SpecFlow. Today's presenter is Andreas Willisch. He's our community manager at SpecFlow.
Hi.
Just some quick guidelines for about the webinar before we jump in. Please use the Q&A tool for questions. Don't ask any questions in the chat. We are going to have a Q&A section at the end of the webinar, which we will cover all the questions. If there are any questions that are relevant to what Andy is discussing, I will try to interrupt him and ask him. There will be 2 polls and a survey. And to answer some of you which already asked, we will record this webinar, and it's going to be on our YouTube channel. Before we start, I'm just going to launch the first poll, asking you guys just a quick question. The poll is, what test result reporting tools are you currently using? If you can please answer that, I'll just give you guys 30 seconds to go through this.
Yeah, the webinar today is all about test result reporting, living documentation. I would like to know what you're already using.
Yeah.
Cool. A lot of people already.
Yeah, we got about almost everyone. And okay, it looks like SpecFlow plus runner reports and SpecFlow plus LivingDoc are the top 2, and something else is the is the third one. Thanks, everyone. Thank you for sharing this with us. Andy, over to you.
Good. Good. Thank you, Ali. Good. As mentioned, the webinar is all about test results report and for that, I will show you today two things. The first is TestProject. So TestProject is a service of a software tool for test management and test automation stuff, and so they have their test recorder to automate web and mobile testing, but they also have a scripting SDK. They call it Open SDK, what integrates into Selenium, Appium, and is available for Java, C#, and Python. And with TestProject, we created an integration between TestProject and SpecFlow, and that I want to show you today as first. So first demo, we're already in the practical part with Selenium. So what I show you, I'm a bad presenter. I didn't zoom in the stuff. Give me a moment.
You're a great presenter, Andrew.
Yeah, but I forgot to change this stuff.
All right.
That everybody can read it also. In the meantime, that's environment. I'm talking a little bit. So yeah, this is we can do it without it. TestProject is a software as a service tool. I have it here open, already configured for bookshop project. When you watch one of our webinars in the past, we often use our bookshop example to show the features of SpecFlow. And so, and what I did here in this example, I already connected this with TestProject and have run the tests, everything. And this one used Selenium for automation. So I show you quickly. Let's start one of the tests here. And you see Chrome popping up here down here. And in a moment, you should see that it's, yeah, bookshop and controlling with Selenium, it's great. And what TestProject brings us now is in the back, during this execution, the results were published to TestProject. And when I refresh here, we have here now the run from right now and see the one scenario that we executed with all the steps here. Have some statistics about it and everything, because you can look at the earlier one where I run all the tests. You see all duration, the duration for every scenario, all the steps on the right side. We have one failed here. You also see this is a scenario outline. When I have a look at the search here, this is this one, this scenario, simple search with 2 examples. There are 2 entries here, and here's the failed one. I see here in the step what is wrong, and I have here the error message and what I get. You also have some PDF reports. They're quite nice. What generated? Let's have a quick look at this. So nice report with all the details. How is this is on the execution side. The other nice thing, what it does, the TestProject SDK handles all the WebDriver stuff. With Selenium, you often have the problem that you need the correct WebDriver version for the correct for the browser you have installed, and this is all handled by TestProject. Yeah, that's really nice, because this is most of the times, okay, suddenly something breaks in a test run or a Selenium test. There is a new browser version installed of them on the agent, so let's update all the dependencies and get the right version there. Yeah, what also possible is these are the normal steps from your feature files, but you can also add here your custom steps. I prepared for this something. I want to have a screenshot before every step to see how the browser looks like. Let's run this one scenario again. What I did in the code base here, I'm using a SpecFlow hook before step. So it's executed before every step. And if I'm using TestProject, there is some methods then available. You can report step with some description, and you can say screenshot true. And when we refresh this one, and have a look at the exception. We have now here more steps, and we see here, okay, there is something attached, and there's the screenshot. And there it is from the browser. So you can very easily get this this here. Really cool. Good. Wrong. So this is the example with Selenium. So because it's a little bit bigger problem, I will show you now on a smaller problem where we don't use Selenium, how to set up a test project, what you need to do to get it running. Before you do anything on the project, you need to install the test project agent. So somewhere here, I have the test project agent, and this is registered with the installation here. And with that, it works together. You have multiple agents and schedule this around your machines. When you have this set up, the one thing you need to do is you need to install a NuGet package. It's called TestProject Open SDK. Yeah, there, when you search for TestProject Open SDK, you find two NuGet packages. We need the SpecFlow plugin one, and we are now installing a pre-release one because it has some fixes that we need. Install it. And when we build, and when we run this, we'll get some errors. Yeah, we get some errors because we did not initialize yet the TestProject SDK. So what we do is it's simple, some lines of code. What needs to be done is you use SpecFlow before scenario and after scenario hooks to first create the driver, this driver class from the Open SDK. You specify what the project should be named and which job name. With some, depending on the runner and everything, some of the part is getting automatically from your code. Sometimes you have to specify it manually, or if you want to have something different. And the other thing is in the after scenario, you need one call to report test and quit. That's it. And when we run this now, first one took a little longer. So from the features, what you have is we have our calculator feature with adding, subtracting, and multiply. And for multiply, the one step is not implemented. And when we now have a look at test project, refresh this here. Now the test project sample with the one run, where we have again our two successful past scenarios, and we have the one what's failed here. Yeah, and that's all what's needed to get your test result into TestProject. So this is an offer if you're already using TestProject and have SpecFlow. It's 15 minutes of work to get them together and connected. And you have your test results here in TestProject.
Quick and easy, quite helpful,
yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Good. I see a question here. Are there any Cypress integration as of yet? As far as I know, Cypress is JavaScript, TypeScript only. And so you can't use it for .NET, as far as I know.
Yep.
Good. Then the second one, are you going to make the code available? Yes, we will make the code available or put it in our documentation how to do the stuff.
Yep. And Kim is asking, can TestProject be set up in Azure pipelines to run with deploys and show results in an Azure dashboard? Is that possible?
Yes, it should. So what we did here is we use simple Visual Studio and run the tests. So what you need to do is what I didn't show you because it's a so I have in my environment variable a developer token set up. So you need to configure your build agent with that, or in your build pipeline that this environment variable will be set. And then it's a normal test run for the SpecFlow scenarios. And as long as it finds an agent, it should be executed. And for agent, I don't know if there is a way for Azure DevOps that they have a task to install it there. But you can use a VM somewhere hosted, or if you're on premise, you install it manually. The TestProject people are very helpful, and they have a very good support. So they have a forum to get where you can all ask your these detailed questions there. I know there was something with Azure DevOps. I saw somewhere some docs, as far as I remember, but can't see them at the moment. Good. I hope this will answer the question. How can we, another question, I'm not sure. How can we use this for bare metal embedded systems that are running on hardware? I think there is a TestProject, perhaps not the right thing with all the network connection, everything back out there. Perhaps in that way, and this is a good segue to the second part of the webinar, there would be a better SpecFlow plus LivingDoc. And yeah, the second reporting tool, if you followed us in the last weeks, months, we invested a lot of time and effort in LivingDoc to make it a cool product. First, it's not one product, it's somehow two products. So we have two kinds of SpecFlow plus LivingDoc. We have the SpecFlow plus LivingDoc Generator, which is a command line tool that you can run locally or in CI pipeline, and which generates a single HTML file. Or we have SpecFlow plus LivingDoc for Azure DevOps, what integrates this whole thing into Azure DevOps, into the UI and everything. And I will show you this. So back to the demo. Back to the demo. So yeah, Ali?
Yeah, just before you jump into the demo, yeah. There's another question regarding any plans to integrate this with Jira. I just want to let everyone know that you can find this information and the upcoming plans and our roadmap for our products, you can find at our community website. We will link this at the end, and there is a feature request page where you can, if you want it integrated with Jira or any other tool, you can ask there, and
we can share this link.
Yeah, that's a helpful link to share.
Share it on the chat when I find that stuff.
Yeah.
So Support SpecFlow is support and community forum part. You have here some FAQ entries for everything, and then here join the conversation. And we have three most used parts here: the general discussion for all stuff, how to use SpecFlow to discuss with our community. And we have here the feature requests part, where if you have an idea, if you would like to see a feature added here, or perhaps it's already there, then you can add a vote to it. And we are using this as input, what we are building next. And as you see, I think I can, it's half public information. So Rider is one very high voted stuff. And what we have here, what Ali mentioned, is our public roadmap. I think this is only a link to another page. Here our public roadmap, what we are currently working on. So in progress is we're working on JetBrains Rider. And the next stuff, what we are also working on, so something for LivingDoc, how to get more information there. And then our future plans up to now, but as stated here, it's later. If
there's a feature or
dependent on your input to change this.
Absolutely, yeah. So if there's a feature or integration that you think of, there's a high chance that somebody else did as well. So go to our feature request page and vote on it, because we take this seriously and we want to really, work on products that would at the end of the day, be for the community. So the more votes it gets, the higher it goes, and the more chances that we're going to work on it and implement it in the future.
Good. But now back to LivingDoc. Let's close this. Also, again, bookshop example. What we have here for LivingDoc, it's also rather easy, or not that much time consuming to get it to run. What you need is also, again, a NuGet package installed. I have already, it's installed here. It's the SpecFlow plus LivingDoc plugin NuGet package. This is needed that we have then information like test execution results and step usage data that we can then display it in LivingDoc. And through this plugin, when you run all your scenarios, a file will be created what is then needed. And to create the LivingDoc, now I'm showing you the LivingDoc Generator. It's a command line call. In this example, it's a rather long one. No, this wasn't good. So what I'm doing here is I'm calling the LivingDoc. The LivingDoc tool with test assembly parameter, give the path to the test assembly. Then -t is the path to the test execution JSONs for the test execution stuff. And for additional feature, I can also provide here some work item URL templates and work item prefix. Show you in a moment how this looks like. I don't press now and enter because then my demo is gone. So I show you already generated one. So if you open this HTML file, you get presented with this. You have here a Living documentation. You have here a feature tree with all your feature files. That is the same like here in your project. So features and book details, book search. And you can click on them and you have here your whole feature files. We added here a nice search. So when we say we search for domain, we see everywhere where this is found, the word, and we also highlight it in yellow on the right side. There are also some additional filters where you want to search for it, in which parts, and also for the test result. You see here or everywhere green check marks. You can filter also on the test result here. You see it here on scenario level, feature level, and on the right side you have it also on the step level. One thing that I really like, what makes it easier to write and read than scenarios, is if you have scenario outlines, you often have this long parameters and tables, and you're always looking, okay, I'll read there, such, okay, in that case, okay, it's domain, then you continue reading here, and then it's that here. With LivingDoc, you can simply say here preview, and we fill out the parameters to the concrete values. You can also change it here in the combo box. This makes it rather easier to read the scenarios, especially if you have, so it's longer, this scenario, and you have more parameters there.
Andy, I've got a question here from Kim.
Sure.
Kim wants to know, does the command line setup have to be performed for every run, or is it a one-time setup to a developer just to run it?
You have to run it every time you want to generate a new LivingDoc. So the output is a single HTML file. Not this one. Quickly show in the Explorer.
Yeah, I guess it depends. As you do more tests and you add more features, obviously you have to rerun it to have the most up-to-date data showing up on your LivingDoc.
LivingDoc HTML, yeah, it's 1.6 megabyte big, but everything is there, and you can simply share this. And this is one of the cool features from LivingDoc Generator. You get it in one HTML file and can share this very easily with your stakeholders, teammates, how you like. So you're not dependent on something. You can share it by email, by Teams. You can upload it on a Dropbox, what you like.
Yeah. So Kim, I guess it all depends how often it runs. It's run as often as you update your tests and you run new tests.
Yeah. Normally you have this in a CI pipeline.
Yes, and it will run automatically. Yeah. Thanks, Andy. Are we going to be showing the DevOps pipeline integration?
I can show this later. Let's continue with the features.
Yeah, let's look at the features.
LivingDoc, and then I can show how the stuff works in a pipeline. One thing that we're already seeing here is in Gherkin and feature files, you have this scenario and feature description areas like here. And what we added is, because we have now more possibilities than a simple text file, what we can do is you can link between feature files. So we have here a hyperlink, and then I jump to the other feature files, or in that case, I can jump again back. So if you need this, it's rather easy. It's only Markdown. So the original file is big screen. Here you have here in the feature description, then Markdown, and this is a normal Markdown link to your feature file. Then you get this link. Another thing is, let's remove the filter. Because we're supporting Markdown in the description, you can now do something like adding images here. So adding a mockup image that you have there. It's currently not possible with only a text file. So, but we can render this here nicely. You have also some formatting here, and again the linking. And we render nice tables that are easier to read. So this is a parameter data table, and you saw already the example tables here. Good.
There's also one more thing that's worth mentioning. Thank you, Jordan, for raising that. You can generate test the LivingDoc with and without test results. So there's also a little toggle at the top.
Yeah, there's still the toggle. And if you don't provide the -t parameter to the call, you generate it without test execution results.
Yeah, you'll just have your feature folders and your feature files the tree generated, which is quite handy if you want to share this. I think someone else had it in the questions here. If you want to share it with non-technical or just stakeholders that don't care about the test results, this is a great way to share it, not to confuse them with, you know, with too many red marks around the screen.
Yeah, your half of your scenarios are red because they're not yet implemented, but you want to discuss them.
Exactly. It might scare someone.
Yeah. Then it's better to generate it without test execution results. Good. One feature I want here, and you see it here, is scenarios, and in Gherkin you have tags. And what we learned in projects in the past, what we did always is we tag the scenarios for which work item, for which product backlog item. We added this scenario where it belongs to. And thanks to LivingDoc, we can now link this scenario back to our work items. So here I have the tag WI3, and it's a hyperlink. And when I open this, our Azure DevOps opens with the user story for this scenario. And we have it also out here. I think this is a feature we linked here. And in Gherkin, this is our normal text, so WI1, WI3. And because we provided these two long parameters to the CLI tool, the URL template and the prefix is the WI to recognize this, we can create these links for these tags to make this link to your work item tracking. And the cool stuff is, because this is a template, this is a string, you can connect this with your Jira, your GitHub issues, your U-Track, what you're using for work item management. So this is not limited to Azure DevOps. You can use it everywhere. Good. And the last feature is not here. Is I want to show you this analytics tabs. And here we have some test result analytics, a little bit similar to what we saw in TestProject. The pass rate of features and scenarios and steps. And we have also some unused step definitions here, which are not here. So let's run all the scenarios, and then we should be able to see something. And in the meantime, there are probably some questions that I can answer.
Yeah, we got one here. The participant wants to know if they can when they're running this in Azure DevOps, the LivingDoc, and it's generated there, can it be sent by email as PDF? I guess that kind of defines the Living documentation part of it, you know, if it's turned into a PDF.
No, it's a notification that everybody has Azure DevOps. So the short answer is depends. It depends, and the long answer is it is possible. So if you use the SpecFlow plus LivingDoc Generator in your CI pipeline, and this can be anyone, you get out this HTML file. And if you have some tool that can convert this HTML file to a PDF, you get the PDF, and then with the next tool, you send it per email. Yeah. So you need to have these small steps in your CI pipeline, one thing or another. The question is, why do you want to have a PDF file? Because you're losing all this interactivity, search, and filter if you put it in a PDF. Yeah. Exactly. Why not send the HTML, directly send the HTML?
Yeah, and the size is pretty small, so.
Yeah, if it's too big, you can zip it.
Yeah, also, exactly. So yeah, turning into a PDF kind of takes the purpose of the living part of it out. So, but can be done. You're missing a lot of features from the web. Yeah. Exactly. Greg has got a question about the LivingDoc Azure DevOps integration. Doesn't seem to work with on-premise editions of Azure DevOps that authenticate with Azure Active Directory.
Okay. Please contact support. It should work.
Yeah, it should work. Okay.
Support, it's easy on our forum. I don't have it now because I'm logged in with my special user. But normally you have here a submit a request, and then you can open issue there. Yeah, please open one, and
we'll get back to you.
We'll get back to you. It should work.
Okay, cool. Got another one from Ronald, a good one. Is it possible to gather the LivingDoc results from multiple Git repositories in one place and have an overview of all the features across my solution?
Yes, but not out of the box. So you would need to clone all. You would need to clone all your repositories, copy all your feature files in one location, and then run the LivingDoc CLI tool there. What you don't get is test execution results with that. Now we can. Oh yeah, we can now merge test execution results. So it could work. This -t parameter accepts multiple JSON files. So if you have then also the appropriate JSON file for the repository, you can create something like this. Ali, we should make a demo project for this and some documentation how to do it.
Absolutely. We're getting this a lot, that people have multiple sources that they want to link to. So
yeah, we should add it to the documentation.
Yeah. Kim wants to know, can LivingDoc be used for BAs to build new scenarios?
Yes. Yes and no. So I think this is a good point where I'll show you the Azure DevOps version of LivingDoc. So here on Azure DevOps, you need to install the extension, and then you get a new entry point here under Overview with SpecFlow LivingDoc. And then have you here your scenarios, and because these sources are on GitHub and not on Azure DevOps, there is not edit. But normally, if you have the sources here on Azure DevOps, you have then here an edit button which jumps directly to the feature file in your repository, and then there you can edit. And if you install the extension, we also have now we made the editor, the normal editor, better. Give me a moment. Can I show this somewhere? Give me a moment. I can find a feature file. That's not too secret. But the way there is. Where's the one? One moment.
Yeah, while you do that, David, just to answer your question, if the URL is not working, it should work. I would say check out our documentation. You're probably doing something wrong. That is just showing as a text format.
So if you have LivingDoc, SpecFlow plus LivingDoc for Azure DevOps installed, now we have syntax highlighting and some IntelliSense in your feature files here. So you see the step keywords, the parameters, and you have some. You have the keywords into there. It's not. You don't have syntax autocomplete for all the steps you have, but you have at least the Gherkin keywords as autocomplete here. Sadly, more is not possible on the integration side on Azure DevOps. So this is the part where we can, at the moment, help people writing scenarios when you use LivingDoc. There will be some stuff in the next weeks about this whole editing stuff. So you follow us on Twitter and have a look at our blog and subscribe to our newsletter, and you will get some news about editing capabilities of LivingDoc.
We got another one, Andy, regarding I guess it's a feature. Is it possible to see the details of failed tests in LivingDoc? I guess what kind of details?
Yeah, I can show you that, because now the test run is finished, and now I can generate LivingDoc. Here's the one red, and if the demo codes are with me, I have here the red one, and this is the scenario outline. And when I click here, preview here, we have here the error message, and get here the error message. It's the same one we saw previously in TestProject. This is here. What the other thing is on our roadmap, what we're currently discovering, how we can do it, is about understanding why the scenarios are failing. And we are currently looking into it, how we can get here some screenshots or images into it. There is a feature request already there here, it's highly upvoted. So have a look at this. If this is something you would like to see, and share the use case with us, that we know what you really want, and that we can have this as input, how we design the functionality.
Yeah, absolutely. The community input is super important to us. That was a good question. So let's see, we got one around the links. So previously, the work item prefix that can actually hook into any ALM system like DevOps or GitHub, provided its issue naming strategy can be templatized. Is it correct? Like, I'm guessing the name that they give to the link.
Yeah, we have here. This is a template. You have here the add the bracket ID. That's the placeholder where the ID goes. Or let's say the rest of the tag, so WI, and then the rest of the tag is then put here into this URL.
Yeah. This is, you can read further details on the documentation here. It's well explained how you can actually get this to work and how it's going to hook up to different ALM systems. All right.
Yeah. So this is the LivingDoc link to ALM systems here.
And I guess the question we get quite often, Andy, can we install SpecFlow LivingDoc without Microsoft account?
SpecFlow plus LivingDoc Generator doesn't need at the moment a SpecFlow account. You need a SpecFlow account if you use SpecFlow plus LivingDoc.
A Microsoft account.
For Azure, Microsoft account. Yeah, Microsoft. You need a Microsoft account to get a SpecFlow account at the moment. This is also something on our roadmap. We want to enhance this with GitHub login. And I think there's also a feature request for that somewhere. So if you want to have GitHub login and not only Microsoft login, please upvote.
Yes, I'm pretty sure it's on the list. I saw it the other day. So GitHub could be another popular one, but if any other ones, just leave a comment or vote on the ones already there. We'll love to hear from you guys.
Good. So before we go to the next question, I want to show the last feature.
Yep, go for it.
The analytics, we have now here the unused step definitions, and we see, okay, here when I open the shop, the home steps class, this is a step that's not used anywhere in a feature file. So you could probably remove this and gets rid of some old code. This was SpecFlow 2 had a specialized report for this, which we couldn't port to SpecFlow 3, sadly. But now we added here this functionality again in SpecFlow plus LivingDoc. And this is also one thing that you need for neat test execution JSON. Good. That was all the features. I wanted to show did already a lot of Q&A, but let's now ask our audience a question. Our second poll now. So Ali, could you launch it, please?
Just it's our turn to ask you guys a question now. So I'm just going to launch this poll. Love to hear from you guys.
We would like to know what would be the best way for you when you want to share your living documentation with people outside your team. So stakeholders, other people that we're not working on a daily basis.
Technical, non-technical, just what's your favorite way of sharing
Customers.
Cool. It's going fairly quick. Right. Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, so it looks like, let me just share the results for everyone. Azure DevOps, Microsoft Teams, and self-hosted websites are the most popular ways.
Good. Azure DevOps, we have already SpecFlow plus LivingDoc Azure DevOps for Teams. We could add documentation and self-hosted websites. Do we have already something, Ali? I'm not sure. We should check this, and if not, we should add this.
Yeah.
Cool. Good.
Thanks for that.
Thanks for that. And let's answer the rest of the questions.
Yeah, we covered a fair few. Okay, so we know that SpecFlow plus LivingDoc license is free, but from a corporate policies perspective, do we need to take license approval from SpecFlow to use in companies? Using SpecFlow across the organization.
So we have our terms and conditions and privacy policy somewhere here. That's the terms, how you can use the stuff, and then your company needs to decide if they can accept these terms and conditions. It's not on our side. If you have some problems with part, also please open a support issue. We don't want that terms and conditions stuff, what we got from our legal department, is hindering you. So if there are some problematic sections there, please get in contact with our support, and we will try to find a solution that you can use our stuff.
Cool. Thanks, Andy. Kim wants to know, can the analytics provide performance of tests to know if the test performance changes over time?
Not yet, but this would be a good entry for the feature requests list.
Yes, absolutely. Kim, get on it.
Add it here, please. And
sounds very interesting. Yeah. We got a question.
We have the information already, because you saw perhaps we have the duration of the stuff. So
yeah, I guess
we're collecting this already. So shouldn't be that hard.
Yeah, definitely doable. Got one from Rene. This is in regards to SpecRun. In SpecRun, we customize the reports with videos from Browser Stack. Is customization of LivingDoc report templates planned? Not really planned.
No, it's not planned, but this would be a good input for the feature requests for the screenshots. Include screenshot. That's okay. We saw it, and what we got from users until now, it's okay. They want a screenshot there. You want the video there. This is another use case, and perfect example. Please add this here, that we can think about this when we're designing this feature. Yep. Because LivingDoc is a single page application, kind of. I'm not sure how easily we could do templating here. So our way is currently creating something that works for most of the people, and you have a nice view, and you don't need to edit the templates, because yeah, runner templates adjustment is a lot of work, as you can probably also say.
Yep. Good. Thanks, Andy. Got a question here that I can answer. Yes, we will have the recording on YouTube. Andy's gonna show everyone the links to our YouTube channel.
Yeah, will go up in the next days, so with YouTube processing and everything, probably somewhere next week. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, and I can also put this.
Give us a thumbs up, as everyone.
Subscribe to the channel that you get notification when the video is there.
Yeah. One more question here. I kind of don't know what the context is. Other than SpecFlow Visual Studio 2019 extension, do you have any others that you recommend?
For Visual Studio extensions, this is from SpecFlow. To work with SpecFlow, not really. You only need our extension as general documentation, general developer. So what I also in my spare time, I'm a user group, meetup group organizer, and we had for some months ago a meetup about Visual Studio extensions and what they are, and I can share this link with you, and you find also a link to the recording of the meetup where we show this extension. This is cool extensions we found, and we got from the community for the .NET for the meetup we are running. So these are the cool ones that we know. Yeah, that's my personal information. It has nothing to do with SpecFlow.
All right. Okay, looks like the link was quite useful.
Cool.
If we can share that with the audience afterwards, that would be cool. Is one last question, Andy?
Yeah.
Looks like it's the last one. Is there an example of LivingDoc CLI invocation as part of the local .NET test, meaning when the end user runs the scenario at the end, the HTML is auto-generated without an extra click? I guess there is the extra click.
No, there isn't. We discussed a lot if this makes sense, and for us, we decided against to have something automatically for that, because it's simple for us. And how we work is we are very more often running tests than we generate a LivingDoc, and then we would have the overhead of generating LivingDoc every time. And it's fast. It takes 1 to 2 seconds. So if you have this in a CI pipeline, so it doesn't matter. But if you're having it every test run locally, added this extra overhead, we said we don't do this. But if you're on the command line, make a script that calls these 2 commands, one after each other, and that was it.
Yeah. Awesome.
So not out of the box, but something that can easily done on your end.
Yeah, you can. I guess you can do it with some quick commands. Thanks, Andy. Looks like we answered all the questions.
Cool. Always the wrong button. Yeah, as mentioned, the recording will go up on our YouTube channel. Go SpecFlow/YouTube. If you still have 10 questions, go to the community forum, ask them. There's the SpecFlow community. Also, the team is looking at it and tries to give you answers for your question. And we got one last one. Possible to change to generate skeleton Visual Studio for async tasks? No, it's not. I'm sorry.
That was an easy one. Yeah, so again, guys, it looks like there's a lot of feature requests. There's a lot of different uses for LivingDoc. Go to our community page, please. Vote on the existing ones. Good chance it already is there. Vote on it. And yeah, check out our website, our Twitter page, our LinkedIn. And check out Andy's Twitter page too.
Yeah, or my LinkedIn page. Good. Thank you all for joining. And hopefully see you all in the next product webinar next month.
Yep, looking forward to it. Thanks, everyone.
Have a nice day and bye.
Ciao.